How's it going, guys? Mike here, and today I want to talk to you about Demon Slayer. So with Season 2 of Demon Slayer already concluding, I bet most of you already sat there wanting more already. Unfortunately, it's gonna be some time before we get Season 3. Well, luckily for us, we now have something to scratch that Demon Slayer itch we have. Some of you may have already read ahead for the Swordsmith Village arc, some of you probably don't even want to read ahead, which is completely fine. But for those of us who've read ahead, or don't want to read ahead, there is something you can read. And that is a short spin-off series, Stories of Water and Flame. Water and Flame consists of two short prequel stories, one about Geary, the Water Hashira, and the other about Rengoku, the Flame Hashira. The latter, the Rengoku series, actually being more of my favourite of the two stories if I had to pick one. And it's not only Geary and Rengoku we get, but we also get Shinobu and Mitsuri. Mitsuri also being going to be one of the star Hashira of the Swordsmith Village arc, which will be the next arc that we get in Season 3. So to start off, let's talk about Gearyu's story. Gearyu's story, we see him and Shinobu go to a small hunting village, which supposedly has come under demon attacks recently. However, upon arriving, they're met by not so many welcoming faces. They say, no, there is no demon attacks here, they're bear attacks, so please can you go away. We don't want anything to do with Hashiras. However, Geary and Shinobu being quite wise to this, they've seen these sorts of attacks before and they understand a bear has not done this. There's no way a bear could have done this. So they decide to investigate further. So without spoiling a great deal, they meet a hunter's daughter who, is adamant this is a bear attack. Loads of flips and turns and crazy things happen. Really is an amazing short story, and we see some more backstory for Geary and understand why he is such... For one, the Hashiras, he's a very cold individual, especially when you contrast him to Shinobu, who's quite light and happy person, to be honest. So we understand why he is the Water Hashira, and that is the reason why he is such a calm personality, because that's what it requires to use the water breathing technique. Also, the dynamic between Shinobu and Geary is really fantastic here. Obviously, I've said before, Geary being the real stone-faced sort of non-emotional person that he is, and Shinobu being extremely helpful, extremely quite happy all the time. It's great to see the dynamic between the two. Our second story, which is also my favourite of the two stories, we see a pre-anointed Flame Hashira in Rengoku. He's not become the Flame Hashira yet, that still belongs to his father, but it's kind of the midpoint where his father has kind of abandoned the other Hashiras, but he's not formally retired yet, so they're quite unsure who's going to take up the mantle of the Flame Hashira. So we see this young Rengoku teaching an even younger Mitsuri. They're both sort of, Mitsuri's just joined the Demon Slayer Corps, and it's great seeing her just starting out, and Rengoku's obviously not a Hashira yet, so a lot of people, especially other Hashiras, current Hashiras, do not respect him that highly. It's great seeing that student-teacher dynamic with Rengoku and Mitsuri. I never thought I'd see that pairing together, but it's actually quite a good one. Incredibly heartwarming seeing Mitsuri look up to Rengoku, even though he's not a Hashira yet. She admires him so much, and he's like such a bold personality, and he really motivates people anyway, so it's just a great dynamic to see the pair together. And this is great. We also see more of Rengoku's unstable relationship with his father. This is obviously just at the point where his father has left being a Hashira, and he's really his lowest point so far, but Rengoku is still so motivated to take on the mantle. And this is awesome, not seeing Rengoku as a Hashira. We get to really delve into his character more, because I feel like we had a good arc with him with the Mugen Train arc, but I feel like we never dive too far into a lot of these Hashira, and this just gives us more Rengoku, and Rengoku we already know is such a loved character anyway. And we see him step up and say, look, I want to take on the Flame Hashira mantle, and we see the other current Hashira really just look down on him and be like, you sure you know what it takes to be a Hashira? I don't think you're ready. There's no way you're going to be ready. You're only a boy, really. But nonetheless, the leader of the Hashira sends Rengoku out on his first mission to take on the lower rank 2 of this story, which, might I just add, is one of the most amazing demons we've ever seen in this series. The man sprouts guns out of his chest, for God's sake. It's also a pleasure seeing more Rengoku in the flame technique. I feel like, personally, for me anyway, it really translates so well onto manga. Like, the drawings, for especially the flame breathing, in my opinion, is just one of the most appealing art styles the author's ever done. It just looks fantastic. And as well as having an amazing demon, it also really resonates a lot more because it's quite a personal fight, this one, between Rengoku and the demon. Not so much for Rengoku, but for the demon, because the demon actually does mistake Rengoku for his father. He thinks that he is the father, but he's not. He's like, no, I'm Rengoku, I'm my own person, I'm going to become the new Flame Hashira. We're not do the same things my father did. I'm different. Just that personal link, that previous history with this demon and his father as the Flame Hasher, it really just, it puts something a little bit more personal for this fight, and I think that just makes it a bit more interesting. Honestly, the second story, this flame story with Rengoku and Mitsuri, I just find more enjoyable than the water one. The water one is still amazing with Geary and Shinobu. It's definitely worth a pick up. I think it's cheap enough, this manga. If you really want to scratch that Demon Slayer itch, you know, you've just come off the high of season 2 and you're like, I really need some more right now, and I'm not going to be able to wait for season 3, which is going to be a long time. Definitely give this a chance, definitely give it a read. I think it is amazing, fantastic. The art style is actually a bit different. I don't think it's the original author who's done this. It's still been adapted from a story he's made, but someone else has done the art, so things look a bit different, but it's very amazing. Anyway guys, I know this has been a short video, but I just wanted to inform you on this new release manga for Demon Slayer. I think it's awesome. You should definitely pick it up. I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.